Hey there everyone, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure. Okay, so today we have a very crazy, very insane, very outrageous and over the top adventure for you. Folks, today we're going to do a little experiment, and this experiment is so doggone extreme. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It is so ridiculous that I don't even believe that I am considering doing it. Like, oh my gosh. Okay, folks, in this experiment, I have to tell you, the first time I heard of it, I was like, no way. There is no freaking way that that can work. No way. I would not believe it. And folks, I hate that I came back to this because, like, again, I just really can't even wrap my brain around it. Folks, see, I'm even at a loss for words. I am telling you, this is so crazy. Okay, folks, this experiment is so extreme. I am going to sit here and tell you today that I do not advise that you guys do this at home. Because to be quite frank with you, I don't even know how true this is. And the only reason why I'm doing this, folks, is because, yeah, curiosity indeed got the best of me. And I've just got to see if this indeed works. So folks, here we are right now, today. I've made the final decision to do it. Okay, this has been on my mind for, I want to say, about 2 months now, and each time I want to do it, I become very afraid. I just don't want to, what's the word for it, kill my orchid. Because this orchid in particular, my test subject, my guinea pig, my science experiment, is actually such a beautiful gal. She blooms such big, humongous blossoms, and she is like a pastel pink, a very light pink, and in the sun she is so sparkly and is what I consider like the Cinderella of orchids. Okay, she is quite a sophisticated, glamorous gal. As a matter of fact, I did do a video on her. And so that is why I am saddened, because if it doesn't work, yeah, I don't even want to think about it. So I'm going to say it will work. I just have to be very careful, and I really have to monitor what goes on. Okay. I'm not going to hold out any longer. Folks, this experiment is a propagation method, and it is one of the most extreme propagation methods that I have ever heard of. Okay, and what it entails is actually cutting her in two. But I'm not talking about cutting her in two as far as midway and just across here. No, folks. What I'm talking about is cutting her from top and cutting her all the way down to the bottom. I mean, right in the center. And what is supposed to happen, folks, is that when you do this, just as long as the subject has enough roots, she will be able to sustain herself from both sides. And what will in turn happen is, after you have cut her extremely, what that will do is it will kind of send off an alert message to the orchid system that something is definitely quite wrong. And what that will encourage this orchid to do is to actually send off some new growths. And I'm not just talking about one new growth, I'm talking about several new growths on both sides. At least that's what's supposed to happen. because now the orchid knows that, oh my gosh, I've been injured, I might not survive this, so I have to indeed keep my legacy alive by my offsprings. So therefore, that is what is going to encourage the new growth. Again, folks, at least that's what's supposed to happen. I have never done this before. I have never seen anyone else do it. So again, I'm completely going off of a whim here. But I'm going to do it. I am going to do it. I built up my courage, and I definitely want to see, can this work? Will this work? Okay folks, so here we are back again, and what I've done is I cleaned up the roots, and I've also sanitized her. So she is clean and good to go. Also, here are some of the materials that I'm going to be using. I have the knife sanitizing in peroxide. I also have some cinnamon powder that I'm going to help kind of dry out the wound after I cut her, because it's going to be an extreme wound and I definitely don't want her to become infected. And of course, this is going to be the peroxide that I'm going to cleanse the wound as well. And here we go, folks. Okay, first thing that we're going to do, folks, is, as you see, I have a spike. It's a fairly long spike, and she was actually giving off a new growth in here in the node area. So I was keeping that, you know, before I knew what I was going to do with her, in case that she wanted to give me another spike. But in this case, folks, because we are indeed doing something very extreme to her, we want her to be as strong as possible so that she can recover and indeed have the most energy possible. So all I'm doing right now, folks, I just cut the spike off right now, and this is, even though this is a very small knife, it is very, very sharp, and that's why I opted to go with this. And what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to go ahead and make that cut on her. And here we go. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. So I'm going to choose where I'm going to cut her. I'm going to start right here. Okay, and I'm just going to... Oh, woo! She's pretty sturdy. Oh my gosh. It's like trying to cut into a rock here. Okay. Wow. Ouch. That hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Just do it. Just do it. So I've cut this one side, and wow. Right here is very firm. Okay. Okay. We're getting there, folks. Woo. Now that is pretty thick, and as you can see now, she's split right there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn her around. Yeah. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I have never seen this done before, and I can't believe I'm doing it. Okay, so I don't want to crush any of her roots. This is so crazy. How am I going to get through here? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and kind of keep trying to cut away, and because the knife is so small, I thought it was sharper than this. I'm having a little bit more difficult time. I mean, this is kind of woody. I didn't think it'd be that hard. And there you go, folks. It's completely, I can't even talk right now. It's completely split in two. Is this not crazy? This is like insane, folks. And I'm gonna kind of take her roots apart here as far as untangling them, because now she is 2. Okay, there. So, wow, this one has more of a root system right here. This one has less, but they both have pretty good root system. And look at this. Oh, wow, this is like really flimsy right here. I have to be very, very careful with this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to go ahead and give her some peroxide on this wound. It's very, very woodsy. I'm so surprised. Very thick and woodsy. I mean, I had such a hard time such a hard time cutting through her. It was crazy, 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 crazy. And, oh, there goes my cinnamon. Okay, so there, I poured it on the wound. And just going to give it a little bit of a chance to dry and kind of saturate in there for a little bit. So I'll be right back. And right here, folks, this is the evidence, this is the aftermath of the very brutal surgical operation. Yeah, wow. Whew. Still can't believe I did it, folks. I still can't believe that I was bold enough to do something like this for the sake of science, for the sake of an experiment. And folks, I am so hoping right now that she can and will recover. And I thank her for her gracious service and indeed taking one for the team. And folks, right now, what I ask you guys to do is to indeed send some positive energy her way. I mean, click your heels if you have to and say home, sweet home, whatever you need to do, but indeed, send us some well-wishing, because I'm not quite sure what's going to transpire after this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The most extreme propagation method. Okay, folks, so what I have on my fingers right now is that cinnamon powder. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to gently brush it along the wound area. Definitely give it some assistance in drying up here, because we definitely don't want her to get infected in any way. So that is what we are going to do right now, and we're going to allow her to dry. And what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to keep her in a very sanitary place. I might even keep her in some sort of bag, and to provide her a little bit of warmth and humidity. I'm not going to water her too much. I may spray the roots from time to time, just a little bit, make sure that she, of course, gets some water. And, you know, hopefully here in a little bit, we may see a new growth. But indeed, I'm going to be keeping such a close eye on her. Definitely want to see if, you know, we can actually propagate through this extreme method. Okay, folks, and this is what I decided to keep them in this Tupperware container. And of course, I'm going to be paying close attention on her daily. And I'm going to keep this to where it's not, you know, fully sealed, so some air can get in there. But also I'm going to keep it not so much air circulation in there, because I definitely want to build up some humidity to promote some new growth. Keep your fingers crossed. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure. This time, one that is pretty extreme. I thank you guys for being so bold and courageous with me, and definitely sitting tight while I go through such an excruciating, grueling process that we went through. I thank you so much for being there with me, because I don't think I could have done it alone. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and stay tuned for more.